What if the way you've been approaching life isn't made for you, but for everyone else? For INFJs, navigating a world built for extroverts can lead to mistakes that feel like personal failures, but are just part of the journey. Today, we're sharing 7 crucial lessons from experienced INFJs. Insights that could be the difference between feeling drained by life and finally thriving. Each tip is designed to address challenges unique to the INFJ personality, offering real-world advice you can use. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you're looking to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Let's start with a lesson that every INFJ encounters early on, especially when it comes to the people in their lives. Lesson number 1, beware of energy vampires and toxic relationships. You might recognize the pattern. You're always the one friends confide in when they're struggling, staying up late to listen and offer heartfelt advice. But when you need support, those same people are nowhere to be found, or they dismiss your feelings entirely. This experience is a sign you've encountered an energy vampire. Energy vampires are individuals who drain your emotional and mental reserves without giving anything back. They may not intend harm or even realize the impact they have, but their constant need for your attention, validation, and support can leave you feeling exhausted. As an INFJ, your empathy and willingness to help make you especially susceptible to these dynamics. You tend to see potential in others and want to nurture growth, but this often attracts people who are quick to take and slow to reciprocate. The reality is, you can't pour from an empty cup. Protecting your mental health means learning to turn a deaf ear to issues that others refuse to handle themselves. Watch for signs, like people who demand your time but never consider your needs. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's essential. Surround yourself with those who respect your energy and share your values. When you do, you'll have more clarity and emotional space to focus on your journey, wherever it may lead next. Lesson number 2, stop searching for the perfect life path. It's easy for INFJs to fall into the trap of searching for a perfect life path, convinced there's one ideal purpose or career that will finally feel right. You might create a detailed vision of what your future should look like, only to find yourself frustrated by how far reality seems from that ideal. This tendency to idealize is common for INFJs, but it often leads to overthinking and indecision. The more you analyze every possible outcome, the more stuck you feel, waiting for a sign that never comes. Waiting for the perfect opportunity often leads to paralysis. Clarity comes from action. Stop trying to find that ideal path. Instead, experiment with developing yourself. Try new experiences, even if they seem imperfect or unrelated at first. Each step you take, even if it feels uncertain, brings insight about what truly resonates with you. The process of exploring different paths helps you refine your direction and move closer to what feels authentic, rather than what looks perfect on paper. No single decision will define your entire life. Embrace the idea that growth is ongoing and that your path is meant to evolve. This mindset opens the door to new possibilities and helps you stay engaged with what matters most. Lesson number 3, never stop learning and growing. For INFJs, ongoing learning and growth are essential parts of a fulfilling life. When curiosity fades, it's easy to slip into the habit of overanalyzing familiar territory, relationships, routines, or career choices, until even minor issues feel overwhelming. This cycle often leads to unnecessary stress and a sense of stagnation. The antidote is to seek out new knowledge and experiences that challenge your perspective and spark genuine interest. Consider starting a side project intended solely for personal growth, like learning a new language or trying a new sport, as recommended by experienced INFJs. Even something as simple as picking up a book from a genre you've never explored or enrolling in a class outside your comfort zone can shift your focus outward and reignite your curiosity. These fresh pursuits not only introduce new skills, but also provide a sense of accomplishment and renewed energy. Prioritizing learning and exploration helps INFJs maintain perspective and stay connected to their sense of purpose. As you continue to grow, you'll find it easier to recognize what truly matters, and you'll be better equipped to handle the demands that come from all directions. Lesson number 4. Set firm boundaries to protect your energy. Setting firm boundaries to protect your energy is one of the most essential skills for INFJs. Weak boundaries lead to burnout and resentment. Your well-being depends on protecting your energy. The reality is that INFJs' natural empathy and desire to support others can make it difficult to say no, especially when friends, family, or coworkers expect constant emotional availability. Over time, this pattern leaves little room for your own needs and can cause a slow buildup of frustration and fatigue. Establishing boundaries doesn't mean shutting people out or becoming indifferent. It means pausing before committing, saying no firmly when necessary, and intentionally scheduling activities that help you recharge. Even small changes, like turning off your phone during downtime or declining a request that feels overwhelming, can make a significant difference. These steps are not acts of selfishness. They're necessary for maintaining your own mental and emotional balance. Prioritizing your own needs may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's a critical part of self-care. When you protect your energy, you create space for more authentic connections and a more profound sense of fulfillment. This shift is significant as you consider your role in the lives of others and the urge to help those around you. Lesson number 5. Don't try to fix everyone around you. Remember, you can support others without bearing the full responsibility for their growth. INFJs often feel compelled to step in when someone is struggling, driven by empathy and a deep desire to see others heal and thrive. This instinct to fix can be strong, especially when you understand another person's pain or challenges on a profound level. But the reality is, some people don't need or want saving, nor will they change. When you continually invest emotional energy in those who resist change or take advantage of your kindness, the result is often exhaustion and disappointment. You may find yourself pouring effort into relationships or situations that never improve, feeling responsible for outcomes that are beyond your control. Over time, this dynamic can lead to frustration and even a sense of disillusionment with others. Recognizing the limits of your influence is crucial. By letting go of the urge to fix everyone, you protect your well-being and free up energy for the people and pursuits that genuinely matter. This boundary isn't about withdrawal. It's about honoring your own needs and making space for what helps you recharge and stay true to yourself. Lesson number 6. Trust your intuition over others' opinions. As INFJs, your insights guide experimentation rather than relying on logic alone, and you trust small hunches when testing new paths. You often notice subtle cues and patterns that others overlook. These quiet signals can be beneficial when you're faced with choices that don't have obvious answers. For example, you might sense a shift in a work environment or feel drawn to explore a new interest, even if it doesn't make sense on paper. This isn't about ignoring facts, but about allowing your intuition to inform the steps you take as you develop yourself. Instead of waiting for perfect clarity or the approval of others, try acting on these small hunches in low-risk situations. Notice how your decisions play out and what you learn from following your instincts. Over time, this practice builds confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty. It helps you move forward even when the path isn't obvious, and it allows you to gather honest feedback from your experiences rather than getting stuck in endless analysis. This willingness to experiment even when you feel out of sync with mainstream expectations is a strength. It sets the stage for understanding and accepting what truly sets you apart. Lesson number 7. Learn to say no without guilt. Learning to say no without guilt is a challenge for most INFJs. Because you naturally sense what others want and feel, turning down a request can seem like a personal failure. Yet, always agreeing, especially when you're already stretched thin, quickly drains your energy and blurs your sense of self. Over time, this pattern can make it challenging to identify what you want. The most effective way to protect your energy is to say no respectfully and directly. Use clear I statements, such as, "I'm not able to take that on right now," to communicate your limits. This approach sets boundaries without inviting unnecessary explanations. You don't owe anyone a detailed justification for protecting your well-being. Offering alternatives is optional, but it should never come at the expense of your own needs. By practicing this skill, you maintain space for your interests and personal growth. It also allows you to invest in the relationships and commitments that truly matter, rather than spreading yourself thin. This shift in approach naturally leads to a deeper focus on the quality of your connections, which is often more rewarding than simply having more of them. Staying true to your authentic self is at the core of the INFJ experience. The 7 lessons we've covered are practical strategies for making choices that reflect your values, protect your energy, and support your growth in a world that may not always understand your depth. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're actionable steps for building a life that feels genuine and sustainable. Which of our 7 tips will you implement first? Share your answer in the comments. Your insights might help someone else on a similar path. If you found value in these lessons, hit subscribe to join our INFJ community and continue thriving together. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click either of the following videos, where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.